Welcome to this head-to-head between Tom Welland and Michael RAMABELETSA for the main event that's taking place on the Top Tier Flawless Show on February the 9th, live on DAZN. Welcome, both of you, your first time on the Top Tier Show, and you are headlining. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, like, for me, myself, my first headline in 7 fights. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, in a fighter like Michael, it's a great staple. He's a great fighter. I've admired him. I've watched him like with some mutual opponents, and like, I've watched him fight some good fighters. Looking forward to sharing the ring with him.
And Michael, how does it feel to be headlining this show live on DAZN?
No, I know it feels great. It feels great, and I just feel like sometimes when the opportunity comes like this, it don't come more often. So yeah, it feels amazing, to be honest. It feels amazing, and fighting against Tom, very good kid. So I watched his fights. It's awesome to share a ring with him, and we're looking forward to it.
Now, this fight is prospect against seasoned pro. What did you make of it when it was first proposed to you?
Listen, we knew this was a hard fight. To be honest, for a prospect, any fight's a hard fight. You know, like as you say, like you've not been wrapped in cotton wool. I've fought good fighters, but this is a different level now. You know, but this is the level. Like my first year as a pro, I haven't been a pro for not even 18 months yet. So to be fighting at this sort of level, Michael was obviously an English champion. To be fighting at that sort of level for me is, well, it shows what level I can be at in 3 or 4 years' time and where I could possibly go in the sport. But obviously, we've got a job to do. And I respect Michael. I respect Michael for taking the fight. It's hard to get fights at the moment for me. So I respect Michael for taking the fight, and I appreciate it. But obviously, there's a job to do. But it's good. It's good for me to fight at this level. I need these sorts of fights.
And Michael, what did you make of it? Obviously, Tom is an exciting prospect, and there's a lot of talk around him as well.
No, I mean, for me, it's a big opportunity, especially fighting on his own. It's a massive opportunity because there's a lot of things that have been happening on my side, obviously getting robbed and all that. And boxing on his own, fighting Tom and winning against him on his own. So that will take me somewhere else. Probably will get a massive fight. You know, I look after myself, and you know, I always says it doesn't matter how long it takes. When the opportunity comes, it will come and no one will stop it. You know, only God is the powerful man who knows everything, and there's a reason why this fight happened. And life on his own, fighting a quality kid who has a bright future. So you know, it's gonna be a lovely fight. It's gonna be a good fight where I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel like this is the sort of last roll of the dice at this level to get to those levels that you were talking about?
You know what? In life, sometimes you never know what will happen tomorrow. So obviously, at the minute, I'm only focusing on Tom for the 9th of February. I'm not thinking anything ahead, you know, because you don't know what will happen. So I don't like to say this is the last roll of the dice, or it could be, you never know. You know what I mean? That's a sport. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it certainly can.
You know what I mean?
It certainly can. And Tom, you haven't been on a top tier show before, but you have been to, I think, every single one of you.
Pretty much every single one, yeah.
And the whole setup of it, how good do you think it's going to be? Actually being on the show, headlining, it'll be your first experience of headlining, and what a huge occasion to do it on.
Yeah, like it's massive. Obviously, I've been at every top tier show. I've seen it sort of rise from the ground up. I've seen it to where it is now. Johnny's done a great job of it, but for me to be headlining, obviously this is like it's my own back garden. You know, I'm from 15 minutes down the road from the Brentwood Centre. Going to do a lot of tickets. Fans are going to come out, and for a main event in terms of like top tier, doing it back in Essex as well, not somewhere up north. Doing it back at home, it's quality. Like it's good. It's good to come, not just to come back, but to do it as a main event, and everyone, like all my family and friends, like, oh, he's playing an event in a year. You know, it's great for me. And obviously, like there is a lot of talk, but we're not focused on the talk. Like Michael said, we're focusing on this fight. This is the only fight we're focusing on at the moment, and everything else comes after this with a good result. But you can't overlook it. Forget about the main event. Forget about the occasion. Forget about the venue, the location. This is the fight, and you've got to win this fight to go to where I think I can go. So we're not really focused on that at the moment.
Well, you mentioned, Michael, Southern Area champion, English champion in the past. So why now is it the right time so early on in your career to be taking a fight like this and to be taking on someone who has fought at that level?
I've always said, like, for a long time, probably the last like eight to 10 months, I said, like, I'm not interested in those fighters that you hit them once and then they just tuck up and they're hard to work with. You can't really work with those fighters. they take their money, they take their payday, and then they just move on. I'm lucky enough that I've not had those sorts of opponents, but they've taken one or two, and then they've tried to fight on their shield, and I've managed to get them out there. So that's why I had that in my advantage. But with this sort of fight, Michael's coming to win. You know, he's fought at a great level. He's fought some great champions. Am I right? He fought like Ashley Lane, Chris Balk, those sorts of fighters. Like, he's fought some great fighters. They've gone on to do some great things. You know, and I believe Michael was only falling short at the very top level. You know, so for me in like 7 fights, this is perfect for me. This is exactly the sort of level and exactly the sort of fighter and opponent that I need to excel myself for this year and then leading on to the rest of my career.
And do you study opponents? Like, have you studied Tom's previous fights? Do you know a lot about him? There's a lot of respect between you, but do you actually study?
Of course. I mean, you're going to watch him, especially when I'm fighting him now. You know, obviously you're going to study, you're going to do certain things and try to learn what it is that he's not good at. You know, as a fighter, you're always going to come with the weakness somewhere, somehow. So, yeah, I do study. I do study him.
What do you feel that you do better than Tom?
I mean, I can't really break it down to that. But what I
Not
say
to
is
give away the secrets.
I mean,
It doesn't sound like you've been studying.
The experience, I've got the experience. I boxed so many fighters who, you know, so my experience, and regardless, let's say my experience, I'm not just a fighter. I can box. I can, like I said before, I qualified for the Commonwealth Games, 2-time national champion as an amateur. So I know how to box. I know how to deal with this game. So I've been there before. So that's why I'm still doing what I'm doing, because I've never taken no punishment in boxing. You know, regardless of the results that happens, because of people don't know what's happening behind the scene. Most of my fights, I won my fights. Just because of you come as an away fighter, they always give them as a home fighter. You know what I mean? Those are kind of things that happen. So it happens a lot. You know, it's same as my last fight. I'm going to mention my last fight, the kid being on the floor twice, he keeps saying on the belt, just because of they didn't want me to win. That's how it works, you know what I mean? Those are kind of things that I want to raise, just because of it damages so many kids outside, because kids that comes with a dream, they believe that they're going to be a champion. And they work hard, then they get robbed, then they go home, they got depression, or they kill themselves. You know, it's just because of me, my mentality. I haven't got that mentality. I already have the winning mentality. But I feel like it's unfair with the ref, especially when it's one person judging the fight. Just because it doesn't know you, it's not going to give you the fight. It's going to give the fight away fight, the home fighter all the time. It's unfair. So those are kind of things that happen.
Does that make you want to get the fight done inside the distance then?
Not really. Just be fair. Just getting fair. You know, just be fair. It doesn't mean because Tom Welland is a very good kid, upcoming kid, you won't lose. He can lose and he can still learn from it. You know what I mean? He look up to Pacquiao. Pacquiao lost. He came back. Who is he now? Those are kind of things. It doesn't mean lose, it defines you. It doesn't. It just be fair.
Well, Tom, do you study opponents? Have you studied Michael's fights?
I do study opponents, but I'll be real, I haven't studied him just yet.
Okay.
It will come round. I haven't watched anything of him. I've been focusing on myself. I've just focused on being in the gym, you know, working on my own attributes. But there will be a time when I study him. When that time comes, I don't know. But I will study him 100%. But I don't know. I like keeping my own, not circle small, but I like keeping my mentality myself. You know, in the gym. When I'm training, when I'm boxing, I know myself. Like, I was brought up when I was coming through the ranks as an amateur at like West Ham, Hoddesdon. I was boxing for England. We was always told we have to do our own self like improvements, and I was always very good at it. So I always like to do it myself still, and I feel like that's why I've come on so far so quickly, because I've changed myself my own way. Not tailored to just one fighter to 6 weeks. You know, I'm making myself a more rounded fighter rather than just a quick, short-term fighter. So, but the time will come when I study him, and I believe like my IQ will break him down.
Do you think that's what will make the difference, your boxing IQ?
Well, listen, he's had, 300, 400 rounds of boxing, something like that, whatever it is. You know, he's a very experienced guy. So I believe my IQ is not untouched, because I'm not saying that for him, but in terms of my natural IQ and what I've done in 7 fights and the way that I've evolved and adapted to certain fighters, I don't think he can do that, personally. But listen, we'll see. We'll see how he comes out. You never know. I might study him with how he's fought Chris Bulk or Ashley Lane, I'm not Chris Bulk and Ashley Lane. He could come out something different. So it's all about adapting on the day. It's all about adapting to the fight you've got in front of you, not the one that you watched 10 days ago. You know. So listen, we'll wait and see. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel like you think he's a good fighter, but just this has come too quickly, too early for him?
You know what? He is a good fighter. I mean, he's a good upcoming kid, which is obviously, like I said, the experience also counts. You know, so sometimes you get to the level where you haven't been, and you start to see it. You know, that's how it depends how he's gonna adapt when he gets to that level. So yeah, I mean, he's a good kid. I don't wanna say anything, but he's definitely a good kid, and I have to be switched on. I have to be switched on for me to win the fight because I'm not the type of person who's coming to lose. I don't take the fight to lose. Like I said, most people doesn't know. Probably think, you know, he's coming for a paycheck. No, I don't take the fight because I don't know. I've got a winning mentality. That's how it is, and that winning mentality probably put me at this position I'm in today. I do things that I do outside boxing because I haven't got the losing mentality. haven't got the genuine mentality. I don't have it.
Well, with that in mind, how does this fight end on February 9th?
I'm one person, I don't really like to anything. I mean, I
You don't
don't
like
know,
to predict?
No, I'm not. I don't predict anything. But the winning is something that it comes like that's what exists in my head.
Okay.
That's how it is. Yeah, I put my body and my mentality in training, doing that for to win, not just to come and take paycheck and go home. No, I'm coming to win, and that's how it is.
Tom, same question to you. How does this fight end on February 9th?
Listen, I respect him. I like the way that he doesn't predict. I don't like predictions either, if I'm being honest. But with my last performances, and I know he says I've not been at this level, I've not fought at this level. You're right, I haven't fought someone with the experience of Michael, but I've fought at this level. You know, this experience that he's got, you can't buy. You can't go and find it. It's his experience. It's tailored to one single person. But I've been at this level. I've fought. I've been here. I've done it. I've gone through the trenches. I've had to live in stupid conditions to fight at a higher level than this. But I do think we don't like predictions. Me both said that we don't like predictions. But there's no way I lose this fight. This isn't a losable fight for me. You know, I get like you say, you can lose and you can rebound and you can learn from it. But this isn't a fight it's not a winnable fight. You know, for you this is not a winnable fight. I'm sorry, but I respect it.
Yeah.
I like the mentality. The mentality is you've got my respect for the mentality. But right now, I just feel like me, the youth. I know you said I've not been at this level. I have been at this level, and I'm sure you'll. When we come afterwards and say like, "Oh, how did you find out about having it on your record or this, that, and the other?" I'm sure you will. But right now, I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. But this isn't a winnable fight for you.
It's fine. What you're saying is fine. They've been said that before, you know. So I've heard that so many times. So and then after the fight, it's a different story. So what you're saying for me is not a new thing. It's
Who said it before?
You've said it, champ.
Who?
Joe Echo said it.
Who?
Joe Echo said it. Joe Echo.
Who's that?
There's a kid that boxed for area title. He said it. I took the fight in 2 weeks actually. That one.
Did you beat him?
Yeah.
What was his record?
It was a 7-0. 7-0.
How many knockouts? And who did he fight before?
Really, this knockout thing, it depends on who did you knock out. You know,
Well, not necessarily, because you could have the toughest, baddest journeyman. You might hurt him, but you might not get him out of there.
Exactly. So
That's what I'm saying. So knockouts do. They do matter. Because if it's like me saying to you, I can give you an 8-round beatdown.
Yeah.
I might not knock you out.
Yeah.
But I still win the fight, and just because of who you fought.
Yeah.
And the knockouts you've got on your record, you can't then say that it doesn't matter, because it does.
No, you want to say the knockouts counts only how many knockouts he has.
No, of course not. It's about who you knock out. You could, like, for example, you could be 10-0, and you might have lost 10.
Yeah.
But if you've got 10 wins and 10 by knockout, but the rest of them were all world champions that you've knocked out, That's better than having 10 losses because that means you've lost at the top
you're
level.
right, yeah.
So
Same
knockouts
as-
does mean.
Same as there's a what's his name?
It does matter though.
Yeah, someone what's his name? Josh Kelly or something for English title. He said the same. Like there's so many. I don't want to lie to you. He says there's so many. You can imagine how many people have been.
No, I understand. No,
Yeah.
I do. I completely understand. But the
Yeah.
thing is, I know what you're saying about levels. But these fighters that you're saying that I've been to this level, yeah, I know you fought at English level, but the guy you was fighting for that English title probably wasn't even English level. You can't, unfortunately, if you was meant to be at that level, and you were meant to sort of cement yourself there, if you was a prospect coming through, you'd know them.
That's why I'm putting it like I fought people who fought in the world level, which is I got
Who?
some of I box. I mean, you go and check my record, and most people.
Do you
that
not know
I
your
boxed-
record? Can you not tell me? I've not studied you, so I don't know.
No, you can go and Google. Just check my record. You'll tell you.
Yeah, okay.
And people I boxed. Most of them, I beat them up. Not, I got robbed. But it is what it is. That's what I just said to you. I said, when you fight as an away fire, that's what's happening. And it's been happening to me so many times. So I'm not going to say it happens to him. It happens to me so many times. Loads of
But
times.
how many, so many times? Because you can't, you get the one off. Yeah, you might get the one off, or you might get the two. Like, it might happen twice, but you can't say if you've got it 10 times. That doesn't mean that it's having every time. You know what I mean?
I swear, it may sound crazy to you, but it may sound.
But then
crazy to
but then
you.
your story
Yeah.
would be more publicised and more well known because you'd be that guy who's gone and fought on away shows and keeps getting robbed and doesn't get the decision on away shows. You'd be that guy.
Just go and Google it. You'll see. I'm not bullshitting you.
No, I'm not saying you're bullshitting me. I'm not saying that at all.
I'm just you go and Google it. You'll see.
So would you say you're better than your record?
100%.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's not.
That
I'm
is
not saying
no
he's not
doubt.
because listen, your record's like 50-50, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's better than a 50-50 fighter. No way.
That's
He's better than a
That's
50-50
no.
fighter.
There's no doubt about it.
However,
you know what I mean.
he might be better than a 50-50 fighter, but you can't sit there and confidently say to me that every time I went on an away show and I beat the other guy up that I didn't get the decision.
No, I'm not saying every time, but just that that's what I'm saying. Most of the fights that we get as an away fighters, sometimes you get a call in 2 weeks. You're not gonna be ready for that.
But then
Sometimes
why
you
take
get
the
a call
fight?
in. Yeah.
Why take the fight then?
Because you don't get the fights.
Well, what do you mean? Yeah, but if you know you're not going to be ready in 2 weeks,
Tom,
why take the fight?
Tom, let me just. You are being looked after, right? Not the same as other fighters.
But you're just saying, that I'm taking this fight too early, so I'm not really being looked after,
said
am I?
that?
You.
Never.
You said a minute ago that this fight's too early for him.
Never. I never mentioned that it's too early for you. Never.
You said to me, I'm a good kid, but this is too early for
I
him in his
said
career.
no. I said you're a good kid, but the experience also that I've got. I've never said you took the fight too early. No.
Okay, fair enough.
I fought the kid who has the same record as you. So I never said he took the fight too early. No. I'm not that person. Because like I said to you, you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Of course not.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Why would I
Of course
say
not.
you
Listen,
took the fight early?
anything could happen overnight.
Exactly.
But my
I-
point to you is though,
Yeah.
is that you keep saying that yes, every time I go on an away fight, every time I go on an away corner,
Most of
I
my
never
fight-
get the decision. But you can't beat everyone up when you
I'm
go
not
on the
saying
road.
everyone up. I'm saying.
Well, then how many losses have you got?
I said, just go on my record, champ. You check it. Most of my record, most of my losses, not all of my losses, but most of my losses, I've been getting robbed.
What, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
10? You've been robbed 10 times.
When I'm saying that, probably maybe more than that.
You've been robbed more than 10 times.
What I'm saying, I swear, I'm not lying to you. I'm not bullshitting you. People who knows boxing, they know my story. They know. I mean, I've never taken the fight for no one, and I always trust myself. And I never, when I go away, when I take the fight, I always come to win, and I always do my best.
No, I'm not doubting they don't come
And
to win
even
and
if,
go away,
even if there is some fight that I lost, yeah, and that's why, I mean, it's fine. What I'm saying is, you are coming up, which is good, and you're a good kid, good fighter, and you be looked after, which is good. So those are kind of things that are happening to other fighters. You don't know them. It hasn't happened to you. You don't have that experience. May not understand. You know what I mean? Because it never happened to you. But most boxers that has happened to them, they understand and they know.
Well, when they go out and they think they get a win, they come back with a loss.
They know what it takes. No, they know. I mean, there's so many things going around, champ. Behind the scene, there's so many things that happens behind the scene. that you
Believe me, I know what goes on behind the scenes. I've been and done it.
no,
I know.
you'll get there. No,
I
don't
know.
take me wrong.
No, I know. I know.
You're definitely gonna get there. There's so many things that you're gonna face that are gonna challenge you.
Yeah, of course.
But so far, you got a good team around you who are looking after you in so many things, and that's the best thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But for you, with all that said, and you're saying to me that you're taking fights on 2 weeks' notice and 3 weeks' notice,
That's
and
happened
you're not,
so many times, yeah.
Yeah, but then why, if you know that you're going to go there and not come away with a win, why take the fight on 2 weeks' notice?
Because I've got,
And then say that you beat the guy up for 8 rounds.
no,
and didn't get the
because
win.
I always have the belief that I can win.
Yeah, but if you know you're not going to be ready, why would you set yourself with
Because
your
you end
mentality?
up not getting
With
fights.
your mentality,
Because you end up not getting fights.
well, of course you get fights. Of course you'll get fights.
Like I said, you'll never understand because of it hasn't happened to you. That's
What do you
why
mean?
you're still repeating the same
What do
thing.
you mean? For me, myself, I could be put on a shelf tomorrow and not get fights.
No, champ, listen. You've been looked after.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, since from your first fight
Yeah.
till now.
Yeah.
Right? You only have 7 fights. You've been 6, yeah. You've been looked after. So you haven't experienced like any feeling of not being looked after like other fighters.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. So
Do you feel like he's being looked after for this fight, or do you think that they haven't?
No, like all these fights. No, I'm not being looked after in a way of getting a win. No, he definitely works and he wins the fights. No, I'm saying that there's so many things that are happening behind the scene. In terms of
He's not had it
fighting.
hard. He's not had.
No. I'm not saying in the ring or he definitely fight to win. Everything he's doing in the ring and he go there and do the job, do it absolutely amazing. Not in that way of getting in the ring and maybe get a favor.
But he's not had to fight for getting
I'm saying-
fights and getting on shows.
Yeah, not maybe getting hard to get the fights. You know, he get enough notice to get the fights. He knows maybe probably when the next date. You know, some of the fighters they don't know when they're gonna fight, and obviously other fight. I'm lucky I'm not in that situation anyway, but I used to be in that situation of knowing that shit. If I don't get a fight, how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna do this? You know, those are kind of things. So I used to be in that situation, and it's not a nice feeling. You know what I mean? You go to someone who's trying to. Nobody give a shit in this life. If you don't back yourself, and you try to cry all the time, nobody give a shit. So you have to have the mindset of doing something for yourself. You know. So
Do you think that this fight with Tom, and if you win this fight against Tom, is going to put you in that position where you are getting more fights, you're getting offered opportunities? Is that what it'll do for you?
obviously, you definitely bring a massive opportunity. I mean, he's a very good kid. You know, he'll definitely bring him massive opportunities. But like I said, there's so many things that I'm doing outside boxing anyway. You know what I mean? So if massive opportunity comes, happy days. If not, I still got a good career outside what I'm doing, and it is what it is, and that's how life goes.
Okay, well, I'll ask you both. Is this fight a must-win fight for your careers?
Every fight's a must-win fight. Every fight.
For me, obviously, it's a must-win fight.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Either way, were the others not must-win fights?
No, it's always for me. It's always every fight I take is must-win fight.
But you just said that this fight is a must-win fight.
No,
What about the rest of them?
every fight is must-win fight. No, I'm wrong. Okay, every fight is must-win. You're right. Every fight is must-win fight.
Okay.
That's true. That's true because I always come with the winning mentality.
I've got a question for you.
You're right.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
If you come down and fight in the away corner and you lose, are you going to go back up north and say that you were robbed?
No. You know, I always put it down. You know, if I lose the fight, knowing that I got battered, I'll shake your hands and fair enough. I lost.
You should shake my hand anyway.
No.
After the fight, you should shake my
No,
hand
I'm still
anyway.
gonna. No, I'm just saying I'm not gonna be mourning of, I won that fight. You know, you're not a judge at the end of the day.
I don't care.
And so, yeah, you're not a judge, and I'm not gonna be, fuck you. Well, no, why would I have to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are fire.
Yeah, of course.
You come to win.
We both got jobs to
like
do, yeah,
myself,
I get that.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm not. If I lose the fight, fair enough. I've tried my best. and I lost. And
Just,
that's
I
how
only
it
I
is.
only asked that because you've just come in here just now saying that you've been robbed 10 times in the away.
No. There is most of my fights I won. That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not bullshitting you. That's most of my fight I won. I'm not bullshitting you. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be telling you I'm telling you the truth. I'm not gonna bullshit you. And probably maybe most people who've been watching my fight, they can tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? But there is some fights that I lost.
But then why didn't you win though?
Yeah?
Why didn't you win? Say if you've been robbed 10 times,
Uh-huh.
what happened to? Why is it 10 times? Why is it not 5?
Let me.
Is it the same judge? Is it the same referee that
No,
keeps giving it the other way?
let me just. I'm not saying I have to win all my fights or I'll win all my fights.
But you've just
It
said
always
there,
comes.
But you just said that every fight, you said like every fight apart from 3 or 4, I won. But you've got a 50-50 record.
Right.
So what is it? Just one referee that's been giving it the other way? Is it one judge that's giving it the other way?
Let me. I'm like I said to you, the things that goes behind the scene, to you they have in.
So are you saying the sport's corrupt? Is that what it is? You're saying that it was a corrupt show?
No. Listen.
Then what was
listen.
it then? Because to me, it
That's
just
what I'm
sounds like
trying
you
to
lost.
say to you. That's what I'm saying to you. You got a good team around you. They're looking after you, and they make sure that you don't see everything, that's what's supposed to happen to most boxers. But obviously, that opportunity doesn't come to everyone. That's how life goes.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm coming from?
Yeah, of course. I put myself in a position to be here.
100%. You're right. To have a
I put
good
myself
team.
here.
Yeah. To have a good team, to be like you've done a good job because of you put yourself in that position. You're right.
But you
There
did
is
a good job at the start.
There is some good fighters who doesn't get the backup like you got. Do you get what I'm coming
I'm
from?
not saying that, but for you,
Yeah.
you personally, you did a good job. You did a good
I
job
did
at the start.
because I never give
So
up.
what happens to the back end that I've got for you then?
Look. I never give up because I haven't got the mentality of team. There's so many fighters. On here, I'm not talking about only. There's so many fighters that they had to give up because of they never got they've got the opportunities, but they've never been given a chance to being fair in the ring. You know what I mean? There's so many people.
This isn't a fair sport. It's not a fair sport. It's like life. Life's not fair.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
sometimes, unfortunately, you're right. Sometimes, unfortunately, the decisions go the wrong way. You're right.
Yeah.
But 10 times, when you're saying to me that half of my losses should have gone the other way, I find it far-fetched.
It's fine. Okay. I don't. Whether you agree or you disagree, it's fine.
Yeah, obviously we've got different
But
opinions.
that's what I'm
obviously,
saying.
but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because obviously, and I believe that probably maybe you're not even watching my fights.
I haven't studied you yet. I'll be honest.
Exactly.
I haven't studied.
That's why maybe you don't really know my history. You know what I mean? That's why you don't really know my history.
So do you think when he studies, he'll see actually you're probably
Oh,
a
even
lot
if-
better than
even
he...
even if he
I
asks,
know he's better than his record
No,
anyway.
yeah.
Don't
no,
get me
he
wrong.
knows that. But I'm just saying, even if he asks, anybody knows boxing. For me, even when I became a champion, I had to sign with Steve Goodwill in London because, it was tough.
Management or promotion? Management or promotion?
Yeah, management.
So what happened to that?
He's done a great job because I became a champion afterwards.
Okay.
You know, he
So
gave me an opportunity
how comes you're not still with him?
because I
Because
was
if,
not.
if you gave your guy an opportunity,
You know, he's the best manager ever that afterwards I've become a champion and he said, Mike, listen, I'm trying to get you the time to defend your title. And people, they pull out, they want to fight. And
You
I
got
wanna,
an English
wait,
title.
let me finish.
yeah,
let me
yeah,
finish.
go on, my bad.
Then he said, Mike, you know what I want to do is, let's see who can manage you, where you live. Maybe, hopefully, you may get someone to, you can defend against. I don't want to keep you, just waste your time, holding the belt just because of I give you the opportunity.
But-
And
So you couldn't get an opponent?
Wait, let me just explain. Steve, I'm telling you this, probably most people don't know. Steve Goodwill, we sit down and said, Mike, no, you don't get no opportunities. People, they pull out for your defense. And I don't want to waste too much time holding the belt just because of you won the belt with me. But I want you to, let's see we can find a manager who can help you where you live, maybe give you the opportunity for the fight. And that's how we stop managing. Me and him, we're still talking, we're friends because of
Oh, I'm not saying
There was
fill it
no.
up.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just explaining why you were asking a question.
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I
yeah.
left.
Go on, go on.
Yeah. So the reason I left, that was the. It's not like I said no, I'm not getting fired. No, he's though we have to sit down and then he said, Mike, listen, let's see who can help you. There's so many managers that I know that they can maybe give you this opportunity on TV, which is that's what happened, you know. And I find another manager, which is Kevin Morey, lives in
Manchester.
in Manchester next to us. And I got the opportunities for
And
area
who
title.
did you defend for?
Yeah.
Who did you defend with?
I was meant to fight Basin, you know, Basin, and he was signing with Frank Warren. And then he got injured a week before the fight. And then I got the opportunity for for area title with Echo.
Osman.
Yeah, Echo for area title. And then I got the opportunity with Chris Borg for the WBC. And then those are opportunity comes after I become a champion with Steve Wood.
Yeah.
Steve Goodwin.
But you had to leave Steve Goodwin because you couldn't defend your title.
No,
Steve Goodwin.
you don't understand what I'm saying.
No, but for me, from the outside looking in, you've got an English title where hundreds of prospects will be targeting you for that title. So how comes those 100 prospects, or maybe even more prospects that would like that title, they wouldn't fight you? For what reason?
You know, that's why I'm saying to you.
Because that's an easy fight to make. Sorry, it's an easy fight to make.
That's why I'm.
So why didn't they fight you if it's an easy fight to make?
You know. That's why I'm saying, in boxing, there's so many things happens behind the scene. You will get there, you'll understand. There's so many people who can hold a British title for ages, not even defended. You ask yourself, he's a champion. Why they don't give him an opportunity? It happens a lot.
Yeah.
So why it's happening, you don't know. But because we don't know what's happening behind the scene.
But if
so
there's one
those
prospect that comes out injured, the next one comes in. He
No,
gets it,
no,
the next
no,
one
no,
comes in.
no.
It's just a whole conveyor belt.
No,
he comes in.
No. What I'm saying is, there's so many things that happens behind the scenes. There's a lot happening behind the scenes.
Fair play.
I fairly understand where you're coming from, but you'll understand. You're growing in a sport. You get to understand. You grow. You understand the sport. What's happening behind the scene. Obviously, at the moment, you think you know what you know right now, but there's still a lot more.
Oh yeah, I'm at the start. 100%.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
I hear your questions. I hear what you say, but there's a lot more than what you know, because like I said, there's many British champions holding a title for almost 10 months, no defense, and you ask yourself why. But we don't know what's happening behind the scene.
No.
There's so many things happening behind the scene, champ. Especially when you don't have a backup.
When did you win your English title?
When you don't have a back, no, it doesn't matter when.
No, but when did you win it, and then when did you have to vacate it? Because if you've got, you're saying
I
10 months,
I hold the English title for 2 years.
Right, so I knew what, you never defended it in 2 years?
Thank you. Yes, I never.
How?
You're right.
How
I
can
don't
you not
know.
defend it?
That's
No,
what I'm
but
saying.
that's what I'm saying. So how,
That's
was it not you turning down, was you not turning down fights? Was you not accepting fights?
No. How can I do that? Where's the,
That's what I'm saying. Your manager had to send you somewhere else.
Champ, that's what I'm telling you. There's so many things to learn. You'll understand when you get to it. You're in the sport, you learn, and you'll understand when time goes. You know what I mean? I'm a champion, I've got a belt, I need to make money. I need to do it. You think I intend to fight down? No, I'll never do that. But there's so many things.
You might just keep your belt and take a fight with Chris Borg for a
Thank
WBC.
you. And that's why I even boxed for area title. Wella was still English champion.
No, but that's what
Do you
I'm saying.
understand?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You might hold that belt to get opportunities elsewhere, so because you don't want to lose it. You're scared of losing.
There's a rules in when you go to English title. There's a rules. The only limitation is if you don't defend the English title for 2 years, automatically have to vacate. There's a rules in the boxing ball, so it doesn't come from me just because I've got a belt. I have to keep it. No.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
But you're saying your money.
So do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand. I understand the rules that you can vacate after 2 years, but you're saying you wasn't getting any fights. So what was that? Your manager's fault? Was that your fault? Whose fault was that? Whose fault was that?
Look. Instead of defending my title, whatever happens. I had to fight for area title, but I still held in my English title.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's when you don't have a promoter, a big promoter or there's so many things happening, champ. You know what I mean? There's a lot happening. And then you'll understand when you get to that
Well,
level.
the good thing is now, obviously, we have got onto a top tier show. So Johnny is backing this fight, he's backing you in order
Johnny's
to
the
have
top, he's
these
the top promoter. I don't wanna lie.
fights happening.
Yeah.
And giving opportunities as well. If people put on good performances on the show, he brings them back regardless of the result. So that that is always with these small hall shows and the way Johnny and Top Tier does it. It does breed opportunities.
No, 100%.
But before we wrap this up, just any final words to each other about what the other can expect on February the 9th and how this fight is going to go down.
A good fight. You're going to expect a very good fight.
And Tom?
It's a crowd-pleasing fight. It's a very crowd-pleasing fight. I'm not going to give away nothing.
Keeping it close to your chest?
Yeah, I'm not going to give away nothing.
Well, it's great to have you both on the show. Great to see you both headlining, and best of luck for February the 9th. Make sure you don't miss this one. This is the headline for Top Tier's Flawless.